What's a good word, everyone? It's your boy DKB here. I just want to say thanks for all the support. The channel's been steadily growing, and the number you see below, you can drop a text, shoot a voicemail, any ideas, topics, collabs, etc. you guys want to see. I'll include them in future videos and live streams, and I'll catch you again. Be easy.
What's a good word, Jets fans? It's your boy DKB here. Could the New York Jets decide to punt on this 2025 NFL draft class when it comes to adding a quarterback? I think that could be a realistic possibility. And looking at what Rich Cimini had tweeted a day or two ago when he mentioned that New York Jets haven't had an overwhelming presence at any of the quarterback pro days, I think feeds into this narrative of the New York Jets maybe being comfortable waiting until 2026 and or seeing what Justin Fields has to offer in this 2025 season before they decide how they want to approach things for the long term. Now, I am in the camp of if you don't have an answer at quarterback, I won't even say draft, but you need to make an addition every year to that room until you're able to find that answer, right? And you've seen it from guys that are drafted at the top. You've seen your Russell Wilsons in, the mid or later rounds, your Tom Brady's, for example, that have found a way to make it work. The Cowboys are pretty famous for being able to go out there and find a UDFA or, a value trade addition, something like that, that takes over for them. So there's scenarios and opportunities for that to occur. Will that happen with the New York Jets? Probably not. I don't think we're set up in the same kind of situation as maybe what the Cowboys have had to offer. But still, with that said, it's intriguing to me that there's been such little homework or such little hype with the New York Jets in connection to a lot of these QBs. And that was realistically even when we thought we had a shot maybe at somebody like a Shador when he was still considered probably a top 3 lock. And realistically, we'll go down a couple names here, right? There's been little to none noise around these guys. We've met with Quinn Ewers, and I believe that was at the combine, so kind of a brief situation type thing, right? Kyle McCord, Jordan McCloud from Texas State, Jalen Milroe, who we worked out at the combine. New quarterback coach Charles London put him through a workout while the other quarterbacks were running their 40s. And then Cam Miller from North Dakota State, who took over and broke a ton of accolades and stuff for Carson Wentz. So Cam Miller, Jordan McCloud, these are clear day 3 guys to potential priority UDFA type players. Then you have Quinn Ewers. Nobody knows where his draft stock lands whatsoever, but feels like he's probably going to be a low day 2, high day 3 type guy. Kyle McCord, probably a day 2 guy, and then Jalen Milroe should be a day 2 guy. Maybe somehow he drops to the 4th, but it really feels like, for one, maybe these meetings aren't going so great, or maybe the New York Jets do feel like they have the quarterback room that would kind of be ideal for them, all right? Or one that they can at least get by through with the season. Justin Fields doesn't really have injury concerns. Then, of course, Tyrod Taylor, kind of problematic there. Jordan Travis, obviously problematic. So there's definitely going to be an addition to some point, right? I don't know if all these guys make it through all of the offseason practices. Plus, you want to make sure you have enough throwers that can get the ball around to a lot of these guys that they're going to want to evaluate. But you have Justin Fields, who could technically be your QB of the future, at least the ongoing starter as of right now. Tyrod Taylor, who's going to be one of the premier backups in the league, the quintessential bridge quarterback to help kind of get somebody along in their development. And then you have Jordan Travis, which, as long as he can hit the field just based off what he did at Florida State, he's your upside guy, right? Your long-term play at best. Maybe he's a quality starter. Maybe nobody that ever does anything ridiculous in the NFL, but somebody that you can win games with as long as you have a beefed-up roster. But maybe his ceiling is career backup, right? And that is still a huge, huge win if you can find somebody like that you've drafted and developed. But it feels like we do need to make an addition. So is it smart to punt on this draft class? I don't think so. I still think with one of those final 6-round picks or something that we have, there could be someone that you at least say, we're comfortable with this skill set matching what we want out of our playbook. Here's how we can build around that. And really take it from there, right? I don't think you're in a situation where you can just say, let's, make the quarterback room status quo and we'll see what happens. Again, just considering Jordan Travis's situation, this coaching staff doesn't even seem like they really have a grasp about where he may be at in his rehabilitation, right? From what it sounds like, and at least just from what Aaron Glenn put out there, as long as he's healthy, he will compete. But is he healthy is the question. And obviously we have the whole drama with him scrubbing his social medias of the New York Jets and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see what that ends up leading into. But whether there's some kind of holdout for a trade situation or he just ends up not being healthy, you do want to at least have, I guess, an alternative to him at the very least, right? And so if there is one quarterback that I think we land on, it's probably going to be Jalen Milroe. I think him being the only quarterback that we've worked out, and also him being the closest thing to a Justin Fields that you have, where you'll get him on a very reasonable contract as a rookie. You'll be able to develop him along the same flight plan that you're going to have for Justin Fields, and still being able to have Tyrod Taylor be the perfect guy for him to really look up to that will also be helping mold Justin Fields. It just makes the most sense as having that type of quarterback room in play. But I can't knock some of these other guys. The only thing I'll really say is a lot of these other guys do have some kind of major red flag, right? Size concern, for example. Cam Miller is a guy that's rising, but he's like 5'11", 196, right? He's kind of your poor man's Dylan Gabriel, if you will. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is it, and would it be a huge failure if we walk out of this draft class without picking up a quarterback? Or are you comfortable relying on a UDFA, or maybe there's an off-season trade to try to bring somebody in that's kind of has that, potential QB of the future glow, maybe like a Trey Lance type or something like that, right? But yeah, for what it's worth, I don't know. Just putting it out there. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you again. Peace.